Yeah, let's talk about what's happening over there. And no, we're not talking about the war in Ukraine.
No, the
Sh-
other thing that's happening in Russia.
The other thing that's happening in
Who's this?
Russia.
This is CBC News reporting.
Breaking news from a Russian court in Moscow. American basketball star Britney Griner has pleaded guilty to drug charges. Griner was detained at Moscow's airport.
Pled. Pled.
This was
Hmm.
5 months ago when security officials found cannabis oil in her luggage. CBC's Magda Selassie is tracking this story. She joins me live from Washington. Well, now
Man, she just fucking said that name like it was fucking John Smith. We okay,
Uh-huh.
a little behind the scenes here. I was remarking at Makta Selassie, which is the most complicated name I've ever seen. That's like that makes Jartan look like Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got a lot of
Easy peasy.
Makda for you audio people. And her last name is Gebreslassie.
Jabber
Holy
Selassie.
Jebra Selassie.
Ugh.
Jeez. Yeah. And my homegirl just fucking drops it like
This
it's
was
nothing.
5 months
She's like
ago
chasing
when
kids.
security officials found cannabis oil in her luggage. CBC's Magda Selassie is tracking this story.
Damn.
She joins me live from Washington. Well, now she's
Nailed
pleaded
it.
guilty. What does this mean for Britney Griner, Magda?
Yeah, well, this just happened. This was the second hearing of her trial. And so we're going to be following the reaction and see what happens now that she has pleaded guilty. She still needs to
Jesus fucking Christ. Canada. It's
Pled.
pled.
put together
Pled.
a formal statement. So there's more that still needs to happen here. But as you said, the Olympian and the WNBA star was arrested in February. At the time, she was accused of bringing in cannabis oil in vape cartridges, and her arrest, the interesting part of her arrest was that it happened just about a week before Russia invaded Ukraine. So the U.S. has been saying that
How convenient.
Chin scratch.
she was wrongfully detained. And now, of course, you have her plea. She has told the court today that she didn't intend to break the law. Now, leading up to all this, her family, her wife have been pleading for officials to bring her home.
Joe Biden.
In fact, there was a rally in Phoenix yesterday, and her wife, Sherelle, spoke to the crowd. Take a listen.
I'm frustrated that 140 days have passed since my wife has been able to speak to me, to our family, and to her friends. I'm frustrated that my wife is not going to get justice.
Now, she actually spoke to President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris yesterday. Biden actually received a letter from Griner pleading for him not to forget about her and other American detainees. And he wrote a response, and he read that to Griner's wife during a phone call yesterday. So the White House at that time released a statement that said the president offered his support to Sherelle and Britney's family, and he committed to ensuring they are provided with all possible assistance while his administration pursues every avenue to bring Britney home. So that was a
Um, at Putin on Twitter. Like it's not hard to get a hold of Russia.
Hmm.
You know how to talk to them. Make it happen. What does he want in return that you're afraid to give him?
But I think that's the ultimate like question that I have is okay, so you know, Brittany Griner is begging Joe Biden, her wife is begging Joe Biden, family, friends, supporters that what are his options? And I'm like, what are his options? And how does that happen? And I think those are the questions that I would like answered because just saying bring her home,
Yeah.
that's to me that's a meaningless statement because we can't just go in and grab somebody from a Russian prison. It doesn't work that way, right? There's prisoner exchanges
We got
that can
some of their
happen.
lads.
Yeah. So like I know that's a way to do it. Negotiation, it's kind of hard because you know they did start a war with Ukraine and we're backing Ukraine and its allies in joining NATO, which, Putin hates. And it's there's a lot of political shit going on. There's a political shit storm. And so I'm not quite sure how exactly Joe Biden can bring her home other than a a prisoner exchange, maybe a resources exchange. I don't know. So that's something that it would be nice to understand what the options are before saying like, oh, he's doing bad things, but he's, his options may be limited and it's maybe very difficult. But she did plead guilty. Um, it's which to me this is obviously this whole cannabis oil at the detained at the airport thing. I think we all know this is a little
This is a little much.
shitty.
A little
Should I
much
say?
for cannabis oil.
Yeah.
A little 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months
Yeah.
she's been there for cannabis
And
oil vapes.
and she pled guilty. So I guess what I just read today was that it will be 6 months until a trial.
What the fuck?
So I mean, this is obviously has nothing to do with the cannabis oil. It has nothing to do with
Right.
Brittany Griner. It
Right.
absolutely has nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing. It is a pure geopolitical bullshit that's happening, and it's to get it's a it's obviously she's a WNBA star, an Olympian.
Yep.
She's a gay black woman.
She shouldn't
Like
have, she shouldn't have fucking
she's
she shouldn't have posted up that Russian Olympic team, huh? The motherfuckers
yeah,
like that. Oh, that's the girl that locked us down on defense. Nah, she ain't getting out.
exactly. I mean, this is obviously a geopolitical play that Putin is trying to make. He obviously wants something in return. He wants either a prisoner or he wants assets released. Um, you know, there's something that he wants, and he's going to continue this show trial until he gets it. So I think those are the kind of things that, like, these are the questions that I have, and these are like the things we have to consider when we're talking about this. Because
Obama did it.
Obama did it.
Obama did it. Obama traded Taliban leaders for Bo Bergdahl.
Yep.
And he got lambasted for it. And if you
Yep.
guys, their Serial is a very popular podcast. I think everybody on Earth has heard at least one episode of it.
I've heard of it.
Serial season 1 is really good. And that covers the Adnan Syed case. Free Adnan, by the way. But season 2 is about Bo Bergdahl and the Dusk One that he caused. Him leaving his forward operating base and getting captured by the Taliban and being there for, I think he was there for like 4 or 5 years. Like he was there for a long time. And Obama did a prisoner exchange. He released people from Gitmo to get this soldier back.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he wasn't the best guy. Maybe they gave away too much for somebody who was not of great repute. But
right.
Either way, Obama said, no, we're getting our guy. We're getting our guy.
Right.
We're bringing our guy home. Come on, Biden, do something. We're just poking him with a stick at this point. Do something.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the next step. She pleaded guilty. She's now
Oh
now they're
no,
gonna
now you're doing it.
what?
Pleaded.
Pled guilty. She I know too many times. How many times have I heard that
You're
within
right.
the last hour, last 30 minutes? Plead. She pled guilty, so she's going to be there waiting for trial. I mean, I would think that she probably did that so
Time
she
served.
would get back in the news cycle, right? So then she would get reminded. We would get reminded of her, and probably to save her life at that point. So we're gonna have to, the idea is, what does Putin want, and when can we give it to him, or is there a good compromise that we can give? Because we did, especially once the sanctions happened, he lost a lot. He lost a lot of people. He lost a lot of assets, resources.
Which he's not a fan of.
So let's
Give him if he wants fucking $100 million of his shit unfrozen, unfreeze it.
yeah,
Give him
I
whatever.
think that's
Just give him whatever he wants. He's not gonna win anyway. He's on a fucking ticking time clock as it stands. He's got a couple of months left. Give him whatever he fucking wants. Get her home.
Yeah.
Or he does something stupid on his way out the door.
Yeah. So I think that would probably be what he wants. He probably does want some sort of release of his assets, his frozen assets. So
yeah,
let's do that, and let's move on to better things.